Tonight on CTV News, we have a look into the new anti-bullying campaign, as well as the start to Holocaust Awareness Week.
Then we have a wrap-up of the rugby season so far, as well as how the English Department's Center for Literary Publishing is going to be spending its new $15,000 grant. All this and more, starting on CTV News now.
Good evening, CSU. I'm news anchor Kira Coles.
And I'm Sydney Paul. Let's begin with what's happening in the world of news on this Tuesday. Each week, the Student Fee Review Board meets to evaluate the budgets of various departments across campus. The CSU Health Center, the University Center for the Arts, and others presented their budgetary proposals to the board at yesterday's meeting. The review board is made up of students from a variety of different majors who come together to be the student voice in how increasing student fee costs are being used.
And so really our job is to just evaluate those extra costs and evaluate their budgets and see where they're at because we're paying a lot of money into these fee areas. So really we have to say on behalf of students.
While the review board is full for this semester, students are able to sit in on the meetings, which happen every Monday from 4 to 6 o'clock in the Laurie Student Center, and applications for next year's board are being accepted in the spring.
In remembrance of those who lost their lives in the Holocaust, the Jewish community here on campus annually creates a visual tribute in their honor. CSU students gathered outside of the plaza on Friday afternoon to pay a great homage.
So it's Holocaust Awareness Week, and so we're laying down flags for the people that died.
The Field of Flags is set up annually to honor the victims, with each flag representing a different demographic of people.
The flags represent, each flag represents a certain amount of people. I believe it's 5,000 people that were killed during the Holocaust in the concentration camps or otherwise, and each color represents a different group of people that was affected by the tragedy. So yellow represents the Jews, the red, Soviets, etc.
The Holocaust ended in 1945.
We're kind of in the last generation of the survivors. They're kind of dying off, but it's important to hear their stories and just keep talking about it.
But Jewish communities here on campus are emphasizing the importance of keeping the memory of the victims alive.
I mean, it's just, so many lives were lost, and it's so important to remember it, to avoid it in the future, and to make sure something like this will never happen again to anyone. My whole family was killed in the Holocaust, so for people who, just to have people understand what that, what it means to lose your entire family, your entire legacy, and not know because a group of people or a certain man was so hateful that he didn't want them to exist anymore.
Holocaust Awareness Week continues through Friday. For a schedule of upcoming events, visit holocaust.colostate.edu.
According to the Women and Gender Advocacy Center, for survivors of interpersonal violence, forming strong support systems can be a critical tool for coping with and recovering from trauma. The WGAC created 2 new workshops for the 2017 to 2018 school year. These workshops offer 3 different groups as part of their services, including the General Support Group, the Secondary Survivors Workshop, and the Body and Mind Group. These groups are open to CSU students of all genders, and participation is confidential, so members can remain anonymous. The support group is held every Friday from 3:30 to 4:45 p.m. in Student Services Room 112 and is open to any survivors of interpersonal violence, such as sexual assault, stalking, and/or relationship violence. Survivors can share their stories and advice during these weekly discussions.
The Playground Confidence Seminar held by Kaizen International Black Belt Academy welcomed kids into the dojo this weekend to learn about anti-bullying tactics as well as talk about the effects of bullying. This seminar focused on the power of words, standing up for others, and being a buddy, not a bully. Reporter Christina Lane explored CSU students' personal experiences and opinions on the long-term effects of bullying.
Last Saturday, the Kaizen International Black Belt Academy held their Playground Confidence Seminar for kindergartners through 3rd graders. The anti-bullying seminar included workshops and presentations to teach children the importance of understanding what to do if you or someone you know is being bullied.
The lasting effects of bullying, for me personally, was confidence. The reality of it is I really think the solution to bullying is the youth. is the kids, because they're the ones witnessing it, they're the ones learning it. So if we give them the tools to deal with it themselves and to be able to cope with that, I think we're going to have a better outcome in decreasing the amount of bullying. If
you have that one kid out of a dozen that knows that's not okay, this is not right, and they know how to make the difference, then that's going to make all the difference in the world.
Be a buddy, not a bully!
Kaizen International plans to continue their seminars and hopes to teach children of all ages that bullying does affect others.
I'm Christina Lane with CTV, and we're here in the LSC talking to students about the long-term effects of bullying.
I think that through my 4 years here, I've seen kids progressively through my degree not ask more questions because they feel threatened by other kids.
When you're in school, your social behaviors and your social acceptance of other people are ingrained in your attitude, and they follow through, and they are seen in your adult life and how you treat people.
I mean, when I was younger, we were taught like the golden rule, which is treat others how you want to be treated, and I don't feel like that was emphasized enough.
I think we see in society today is with mass shootings that kids really do have like effects from being bullied, and whether it's physical or mental, that it leaves a lasting effect.
It's clear to see that students see the long-term effects of bullying, and they agree that children should be taught to be a buddy and not a bully.
Event coordinator Chris Bockenberg plans to hold these seminars every 3 months in hopes that by providing these anti-bullying tactics to children early on, it will show them the impact words have on others and therefore decrease bullying incidents in the future.
The CSU English Department's Center for Literary Publishing has received a $15,000 grant from the National Endowment for the Arts. The center allows CSU grad students to gain hands-on experience with the publishing industry. The funding will allow the center to produce 2 issues of the Colorado Review, as well as a title in the Mountain West Poetry Series. Receiving the endowment is an achievement for the English department because there are a limited amount of grants given each year.
There were only 48 grants given in the literature category this year to all kinds of really fabulous projects all across the country. And so for an entity in the English department to get a grant from the NEA is really a feather in its cap.
For more information on the Center for Literary Publishing or to donate to the Colorado Review, visit coloradoreview.colostate.edu.
The Foothills campus is home to CSU's composting machine nicknamed Oscar, which has been running since 2011. Oscar receives food waste from various locations on campus and composts it. According to Housing and Dining Services, Oscar receives 2,000 pounds of waste a day and has helped divert 93% of food waste away from landfills. Maggie Gilman, a senior studying human dimensions of natural resources, spends more than 20 hours a week composting food waste. According to Gilman, composting is important because it's better for the environment. In comparison to landfills where organic waste will rot and produce high levels of methane, composted organic waste produces significantly less methane. Gilman also said composting has become important in agriculture as a way to replenish nutrients to crop soils. Composting diverts waste from landfills, and Fort Collins hopes to close the Larimer County landfill by 2025. To get involved with this green initiative, visit collegian.com.
Did you know that one of Fort Collins' oldest sandwich shops started as a CSU class project? The 30-year-old B&B Pickle Barrel was written up as a proposal for a business course decades ago. Former CSU student Robert Bob Picaro and Brenda Smith opened their restaurant in 1988. The sandwich shop, which still uses its original exterior sign, is open 6 days a week and currently makes about 1,000 sandwiches weekly. Smith hopes to add a bakery to the restaurant in order to bake all the bread in-house. To honor Pickle Barrel's history and Fort Collins, Andrew Hemd, a Pickle Barrel employee for the past 13 years, spent about 140 hours painting a mural of the iconic Fort Collins businesses and landmarks in the dining area.
You know, it's actually been a while since I've been to Pickle Barrel, but this story has me dying to go back.
You know, I've actually never been to Pickle Barrel, so I'd love to join you.
Definitely, it's great. I love it. Have a wonderful night, Rams, and don't go anywhere because our weather person, AJ Frankson, has your weekly forecast to see if more snow is in the near future.